Listen to me. Listen carefully. I need you to hear this today because this is the secret that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. You can work hard, you can grind, you can sacrifice. But if you don't practice one thing every single day, you will never reach your true potential. That one thing? Gratitude. That's right. Successful people, the ones you admire, the ones you call legends, the ones who seem unstoppable, they practice gratitude daily. Not when it's convenient, not when things are perfect, but every single day. And I'm going to break down why this is non-negotiable if you want to play in the big leagues of life. First thing I need you to understand, gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Too many people wake up every morning thinking about what they don't have. They look at their bank account, their job, their relationships, and all they see is empty space. So listen, successful people, they see what they already got. They see the roof over their head, the food on their table, the talent in there. Gratitude turns scarcity into plenty. It turns I can't into I can. And once your mind starts seeing opportunities instead of obstacles, you start moving in a different direction. You start attracting what you're thankful for. Now, here's something else you need to hear. Gratitude builds resilience in tough times. Life will hit you. Life will knock you down. It will try to break you. But when you practice gratitude, you learn to see even the smallest victories. Even on your hardest day, there's something to be thankful for. That awareness, that focus gives you the strength to get back up, to push forward, to keep fighting when everyone else has given up. You see, gratitude isn't about ignoring the struggle. It's about acknowledging the struggle while recognizing your power to overcome it. And let me tell you, gratitude does more than just protect you. It improves your relationships. Your network is your net worth as your net worth ever makes it alone. Successful people know this. Thank their mentors, they appreciate their teams, they acknowledge their families. Every thank you strengthens a connection. Every show of appreciation opens a door. Gratitude builds loyalty, trust, and respect. If you want to climb to the top, you better start lifting others up as you climb. Gratitude makes you magnetic. It draws people to you, not just because of what you do, but because of how you make them feel. But here's something most people ignore. Gratitude boosts mental and emotional health. When you are thankful, your brain releases chemicals that make you happy, calm, and focused. You get clarity, energy, and motivation. You don't wake up overwhelmed by stress, doubt, or fear. You wake up ready to attack. Successful people understand that a strong mind is just as critical as a strong work ethic. You can't build an empire if your mind is weak. And gratitude is the mental gem that keeps your brain fit. And here's the truth. Gratitude enhances productivity. You want to know why some people accomplish more in a day than others do in a week? They are thankful for the tools they have. The opportunities in front of them, the skills they've been given. They stop wasting energy complaining, blaming, or worrying about what they don't have. Every ounce of their energy goes into action, into execution, into results. Gratitude is fuel, is what turns potential into performance. And it doesn't stop there. Gratitude cultivates humility and continuous learning. Success can make you arrogant if you let it. But when you practice gratitude, you stay grounded. You recognize that your journey is bigger than you, that there's always room to grow, always room to improve, always lessons to learn. Humility attracts mentors. Humility keeps you teachable. Humility ensures that even at the top, you're still hungry to be better tomorrow than you are today. Listen closely. Gratitude reinforces a positive mindset. You are going to face setbacks. You are going to face failures. You are going to hear a no 1,000 times. But gratitude rewires your brain to see failure differently. It's no longer a stop sign. It's a stepping stone. It's no longer defeat. It's a lesson. Successful people wake up with a mindset that says, I'm thankful for this challenge because it's teaching me something I need to grow. Gratitude is your mental reset button every single day. And the last thing I want you to understand, gratitude inspires others. The energy you put out is the energy you attract. When you lead with gratitude, you lift up your team, your family, your community. You create a culture of positivity. People follow people who appreciate them, who acknowledge them, who give thanks. Successful people know this. They know that the more you lift others, the higher you rise. Gratitude is contagious. And if you master it, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of everyone around you. So I'm telling you right now, if you want to be great, if you want to dominate your life, if you want to leave a legacy, don't just hustle. Wake up every day and count what you already got. Say thank you, even when it's hard, even when life feels unfair. Gratitude is not weakness, it's strength. Gratitude is not optional. It's the superpower of the most successful people on this planet. And here's the promise. If you start practicing gratitude today, tomorrow will look different. Your relationships will be stronger. Your mind will be sharper. Your mind will be sharper. Your opportunities will multiply. Your energy will explode in your life. It will never, ever be the same again. So I need you to stand up. I need you to take it serious. I need you to commit. Thank God, thank life, thank yourself, thank your team, thank every small win. Because gratitude isn't just a habit, it's a lifestyle. And it's the key that unlocks success. Listen to me right now. And I want you to pay attention, because this is where most people get it wrong. Most people wake up in the morning and immediately start thinking about what they don't have. They look at their bank account and all they see is a zero, or at least not enough. They look at their job, their career, or their business, and all they notice are the obstacles, the roadblocks, the people who didn't help them. They scroll through social media and they compare themselves to people who have more followers, more money, more recognition, more status, and they immediately feel small. They feel less than. They feel like the world is stacked against them, like life is unfair, like luck hasn't been on their side. And I'm here to tell you that mindset, that way of thinking is poison. It will eat you alive if you don't change it. It will keep you average if you don't shift it. It will trap you in a cycle of lack, scarcity, and defeat if you don't get this right. Here's the thing about life. It will never hand you everything you want on a silver platter. It will never just give you success, happiness, peace, or freedom. You have to see it first before you can take it. And the way you see it starts with gratitude. Gratitude is not just saying thank you when things go right. Gratitude is a mindset. Gratitude is a lens through which you view the world. Gratitude is a conscious decision to stop focusing on what you don't have and start appreciating what you do have. And I'm telling you right now, that shift from lack to abundance is what separates the winners from the losers. Think about it. When you wake up and start counting what you don't have, your mind is automatically in a place of scarcity. Scarcity is a trap. Scarcity makes you defensive, anxious, and fearful. Scarcity makes you think small. Scarcity makes you doubt yourself. Scarcity tells you that opportunities are limited, that someone else has already taken your chance, that there isn't enough for you. Scarcity is the mindset of mediocrity. Scarcity is what keeps people working hard every day and getting nowhere. Scarcity is what makes people complain instead of create. Scarcity is what makes people jealous instead of joyful. And I don't want that for you. I don't want you living in a state of not enough, because that mindset will rob you of your potential, your energy, your focus, and your future. But when you wake up and start counting what you do have, when you focus on the blessings that are already present in your life, your mind shifts immediately. Gratitude transforms your perspective. Gratitude tells your brain, hey, don't look at what's missing, look at what's here. Look at the tools you already have. Look at the resources you already own. Look at the people who are already in your corner. Look at the skills you already possess. Look at the time you already have to make a move. Gratitude says, I may not have everything, but I have enough to start. I may not have it all figured out, but I have enough to take the first step. I may not be at the top yet, but I have enough to begin to climb. And once your mind starts seeing abundance instead of lack, everything changes. Let me break it down for you. When your mind is in scarcity mode, you see problems everywhere. You see walls where there could be doors. You see reasons to quit before you even try. You see excuses before you even make an effort. You see rejection as a reflection of your work. You see failure as the end of the road. Scarcity makes life feel heavy. Scarcity makes every task harder. Scarcity makes every challenge seem impossible. Scarcity puts blinders on your vision, and it closes doors before you even knock on them. But gratitude flips the script. Gratitude opens your eyes. Gratitude tells you to look closer. Opportunities are everywhere. Doors are opening. Help is available. Resources exist. You are not alone. You are equipped. You are ready. You are capable. Gratitude makes life lighter. Gratitude makes challenges feel like stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. Gratitude makes failure feel like a lesson instead of a defeat. Gratitude expands your vision, expands your thinking, and expands your possibilities. Think about the most successful people you know, the people who inspire you, who dominate their field, who seem unstoppable. Do you think they wake up every day focusing on what they don't have? Absolutely not. They wake up and focus on what's working. They wake up and focus on what they can control. They wake up and focus on the tools, skills, and opportunities that are already. They wake up and say, I have what I need to take the next step. I have what I need to create. I have what I need to grow. And that mindset, gratitude fuels action. It fuels creativity. It fuels resilience. It fuels results. Gratitude is the engine that transforms potential into performance. Gratitude is the spark that ignites the fire of achievement. Let me be very clear. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the things you want. It doesn't mean pretending your struggles don't exist. It doesn't mean settling for less. No, gratitude is not complacency. Gratitude is not denial. Gratitude is awareness. Gratitude is the conscious choice to recognize your current blessings while you chase your goals. It's saying, well, I'm thankful for what I have, and I'm hungry for what I want. Gratitude is the fuel that powers ambition without letting it consume you. Gratitude allows you to stay motivated without becoming bitter. Gratitude allows you to push forward without being blind to your progress. Gratitude allows you to dream bigger while appreciating the now. Here's a truth you need to hear. Abundance attracts more abundance. The more you focus on what's working, what's present, and what's possible, the more your brain starts noticing opportunity. You start seeing solutions instead of problems. You start seeing options instead of limits. You start seeing support instead of opposition. Gratitude trains your brain to focus on what's possible, to notice what others miss, to take action where others hesitate. Gratitude rewires your mind to operate from a place of plenty, not a place of emptiness. And once your mind rewires, your life rewires. So let's talk about energy for a second. Scarcity drains you. Scarcity leaves you tired, frustrated, angry, and stressed. Scarcity makes life feel heavy. Scarcity makes every morning feel like a burden. Gratitude, on the other hand, energizes you. Gratitude fills your mind with positivity, hope, and clarity. Gratitude gives you momentum. Gratitude makes you excited to wake up and take action. When you are thankful for what you have, you stop wasting energy on complaints. You stop wasting energy on jealousy. You stop wasting energy on regret. You start focusing all that energy on creation, on execution, on results. Energy follows focus, and focus follows gratitude. I want you to picture this. Two people wake up at 6 a.m. One wakes up thinking about what's missing in their life, the money they don't have, the recognition they haven't earned, the opportunities that haven't come yet. The other person wakes up and lists 3 things they're thankful for: the roof over their head, the health in their body, the skill set they've been developing. Who do you think has a better chance of making today count? Who do you think will notice opportunities that others miss? Who do you think will take action instead of whining? It's the person who starts with gratitude. It's the person who begins with abundance. It's the person who sees possibility instead of limits. And here's another thing that most people overlook. Gratitude builds confidence. When you start recognizing all the things that are already working in your favor, when you start acknowledging your strength, your skill, your stances, you stop feeling small. You stop doubting yourself. You stop waiting for someone else to validate you. You realize that you are capable, you are ready, and you have what it takes. Gratitude tells your mind, I made it this far. I've overcome challenges before. I can overcome more. Gratitude builds a foundation of self-belief, and self-belief is the cornerstone of all success. And I need you to understand, gratitude is not a one-time act. It's not just something you do when you feel like it. It's a daily practice. It's a habit. Successful people don't rely on luck. They don't rely on perfect circumstances. They rely on their mindset, and their mindset is fueled by gratitude. Every day, they take a moment to recognize what's working, what's present, and what's possible. Every day, they remind themselves that even though life isn't perfect, still good. Every day, they align themselves with abundance rather than lack. And that daily habit compounds over time. That daily habit transforms their perspective, their decision, their actions, and ultimately their results. I need you to hear me loud and clear. If you want to shift your life, you need to shift your focus. Stop thinking about what's missing. Stop dwelling on what's broken. Stop worrying about what you haven't achieved yet. Start focusing on what's present. Start focusing on what's working. Start appreciating the people, the skills, the opportunities, the experiences that are already in your life. Gratitude is not just a nice thing to do. Gratitude is a powerful tool. Gratitude is a strategy. Gratitude is a weapon. And if you master it, you will see doors open, opportunities appear, and your life change in ways you never thought possible. And here's the final thing I'm saying. Gratitude creates momentum. When you recognize what's good in your life, you naturally want to do more and achieve more. Gratitude doesn't make you complacent. It propels you forward. Gratitude doesn't make you passive. It makes you active. Gratitude doesn't make you small. It makes you unstoppable. Because when you operate from a place of abundance, when you see the possibilities instead of the limits, when you focus on the good instead of the bad, you tap into a level of energy, creativity, and persistence that scarcity could never provide. So I'm challenging you right now. I'm challenging you to shift your focus. I'm challenging you to wake up every morning and count at least 5 things you're thankful for. I'm challenging you to change your lens from lack to abundance. Gratitude is the key. Gratitude is the difference. Gratitude is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. And I promise you, if you do this, life will start to open up for you in ways you never imagined. Doors you thought were closed will start to swing wide open. People you thought wouldn't help you will start showing up. Opportunities you thought were impossible will start lining up. Your energy will skyrocket. Your focus will sharpen. Your confidence will explode. And mustn't put in the law. You will want it from possible abundance. A possible abundance step on momentum. Some na you tuck the serious. Don't just know your heart and think you understand. Oh, no, you top love. Other than you to tuck out shine. Stay right now. Count what you already have. Appreciate it. Be thankful for it. Let gratitude shift your focus from lack to abundance. Let gratitude change the way you see the world. Let gratitude transform your life. Because when you do, I promise you, you will never see life the same way again. Listen to me right now, because this is one of the most important things you will ever hear in your life. Life is not easy. Life is not fair. Life is not going to hand you what you want just because you show up. And if you think it will, you are living in a fantasy. So truth is love will knock you down. Up will trust you. Up will challenge you. Up will challenge you. Up will throw obstacles on you. And up will try to broke you. Up will try to muck your car. Up will try to muck your gov up on your drums. Up will try to come bossing you. That's your nut. And the difference between those who make it and those who don't, the difference between the people who rise after every fall and the people who stay down is gratitude. That's right. Gratitude is not just a nice thing to have. Gratitude is a weapon. Gratitude is a shield. Gratitude is what makes you resilient when life is at its toughest. Now, let me explain this to you, because most people completely miss this. Most people think resilience comes from talent. They think resilience comes from intelligence. They think resilience comes from luck or connections or money. And gratitude is the lens through which you see those hits, those punches, those setbacks, those challenges. Gratitude allows you to look at adversity and say, I can handle this. I will handle this. I will grow from this. Gratitude turns pain into power, setbacks into stepping stones, and struggle into strength. Think about it. When you are grateful, you don't just survive hard times. You thrive in there. You see, the world will test you. The world will challenge you. The world will try to defeat you. But when you woke up, you wondering focus on your tongues, you were thankful for all one on this must have dubokota, some shops in saya, something pool for happens open. You start to upstairs, Russos, who you store high. You start to suss the skulls and abilities you can love her. You start to recognize the support systems, the friends, the family, the mentors, the people who are still rooting for you, who still believe in you, who still show up when you need them. Gratitude gives you perspective, and perspective gives you strength. Perspective allows you to keep going when everyone else would have quit. I need you to understand this. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It is not about skipping pain. It's not about being shielded from failure. Resilience is about enduring. Resilience is about continuing. Resilience is about pushing forward when everything inside of you is screaming to stop. When every external force is telling you, you can't. And gratitude is the fuel that powers that resilience. When you are grateful for the small wins, the tiny victories, the little blessings that still exist, even in the darkest moments, you start to build momentum. You start to see a way forward. You start to believe that you can survive, that you can grow, that you can conquer. Let me give it to you straight. There will be days when life feels unbearable. There will be days when your dreams seem too far away. There will be days when rejection feels personal, failure feels permanent, and every step forward feels like 2 steps back. Those are the days that define you. Those are the days that separate the weak from the strong, the quitters from the champions. And the people who win on those days, the people who rise, the people who push through, the people who refuse to give up, they have one thing in common. They are grateful. They are thankful for what they still have. They are thankful for the opportunity to try again. They are thankful for the lessons embedded in the struggle. They are thankful for the fact that they are still breathing, still capable, still able to take action. Gratitude makes them unbreakable. Now, I want you to picture this. Imagine 2 people hit by the same life challenge. Both get knocked down. Both face the same setback. One person focuses on what's gone wrong. They complain, they blame, curse the universe, they feel sorry for themselves, and they stay down. The other person, the one who has practiced gratitude, looks at the same situation and says, this is hard, but I still have something to work with. I still have my health. I still have my mind. I still have my drive. I still have people who care about me. I still have opportunities to take the next step. Who do you think will rise first? Who do you think will keep moving forward? Who do you think will keep moving forward? Who do you think will eventually turn the setback into a comeback? Gratitude is what gives the second person their edge. Gratitude allows them to endure. Gratitude makes them resilient. Gratitude turns pain into progress. And here's something most people don't realize. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel better emotionally. It physically strengthens you. Studies show, and I'm telling you, this is real. Grateful people experience less stress, lower anxiety, more emotional stability, even better physical health. Why? Because gratitude reduces the chaos in your mind. Gratitude quiets the negativity. Gratitude helps you focus on solutions instead of problems. Gratitude frees your energy to act instead of react. When you are grateful, your body is stronger, your mind is sharper, and your heart is more courageous. Gratitude is resilience in action. Let me put it to you like this. Adversity is going to happen. Challenges are guaranteed. Life is not fair, but how you respond is your choice. And gratitude is your superpower in that response. It allows you to see lessons instead of losses. It allows you to see growth instead of grief. It allows you to see opportunity instead of obstacle. When you are thankful for what you have and what you can learn from the situation, you don't just survive, you adapt. You don't just adapt, you evolve. You don't just evolve, you dominate. Gratitude builds a mindset that cannot be shaken, a heart that cannot be broken, and a spirit that cannot be defeated. And I want you to know something else. Resilience is contagious. When you are grateful and resilient, people around you feel it. They see your strength, they see your determination, they see your ability to handle anything life throws at you, and that inspires them. Gratitude in tough times doesn't just lift you, it lifts others. It changes the energy in the room. It creates a ripple effect of positivity, strength, and perseverance. The more grateful you are, the more resilient you become. And the more resilient you become, the more you inspire. That is power. That is leadership. That is legacy. Now, here's the real kicker. Gratitude gives you control when everything else feels out of control. Life will try to make you feel powerless. Life will try to make you feel helpless. Life will try to make you feel like a victim. But gratitude says, no, I may not control everything, but I control my perspective. I control my focus. I control my response. I control my energy. I control my attitude. That control is everything. That control is what allows you to keep moving forward when the world is against you. That control is what allows you to rise every time you fall. That control is what makes resilience not just possible, but inevitable. I want you to understand this deeply. Gratitude doesn't remove hardship, but it transforms it. Gratitude turns fear into courage. Gratitude turns doubt into determination. Gratitude turns despair into hope. Gratitude turns struggle into strength. And strength is what carries you through the storms of life. Resilience is not born in comfort zones. Resilience is forged in fire. Resilience is built in the trenches. And gratitude is the spark that ignites that fire. Gratitude is what keeps that fire burning when the winds of adversity blow against you. Let me tell you another truth. People who master gratitude in hard times don't just survive, they thrive. They see opportunities in challenges. They see lessons in failure. They see growth in setbacks. They see possibility when others see defeat. That is the mindset of champions. That is the mindset of leaders. That's the mindset of people who leave a legacy. Gratitude gives them clarity, focus, and purpose. Gratitude gives them the mental and emotional tools to navigate any storm. Gratitude gives them the courage to continue when quitting feels easier. And I need you to hear this loud and clear. If you want to develop resilience, if you want to become unstoppable, if you want to overcome the challenges that life is going to throw at you, you have to start with gratitude. You have to make it a daily practice. You have to wake up every morning and remind yourself of what is still working in your life. You have to take stock of your blessing, no matter how small. You have to recognize the opportunities, the people, the resources, and the strengths that are still available to you. That habit, that mindset will build your resilience like nothing else. It will make you stronger than adversity. It will make you tougher than challenges. It will make you unshakable in the face of life's trials. So I'm challenging you right now. I'm challenging you to take a moment every day and reflect on what you are grateful for. I'm challenging you to use gratitude as your armor when life gets hard. I'm challenging you to remind yourself that even in your darkest hour, there is something to be thankful for. I'm challenging you to let gratitude shape your perspective, your energy, and your actions. Do this consistently, and I promise you, the storms that would have crushed you will now refine you. The obstacles that would have stopped you will now push you forward. The challenges that would have broken you will now build you into someone stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Remember this, gratitude is not weakness. Gratitude is strength. Gratitude is not passive. Gratitude is power. Gratitude is the secret weapon that successful people use to endure when everything else fails. Gratitude is what allows you to rise when others fall. Gratitude is what allows you to turn setbacks into comebacks, challenges into opportunity, and adversity into advantage. And the more you practice it, the more resilient you become, the more unstoppable you become, and the more your life transforms before your very eyes. So start today. Start right now. Make gratitude a habit. Make it your mindset. Make it your weapon. Count your blessings, appreciate the small wins, recognize the opportunities, and let that fuel your resilience. Listen to me right now, and I need you to pay close attention because this is the game changer for your life. Most people underestimate the power of relationships. Most people think that success is just about hard work, talent, and hustle. They think that if they grind hard enough, they will make it, and they can do it alone. But let me tell you something, no one achieves greatness in isolation. They understand that relationships are everything, and they nurture them every single day. Gratitude improves relationships in ways that money, power, or influence never can. When you take the time to express appreciation to the people in your life, everything changes. It's not just a thank you here or there. It's a mindset, it's a habit, it's a lifestyle. It's about recognizing the people who are showing up for you, supporting you, guiding you, and even challenging you. Gratitude in relationships builds trust, loyalty, and respect. Strengthens bonds and crews are fund up on that can withstand summer stung. Lum here up you want to bust suspect. Your boy just stop valuing him spubler and yeah buckles others ones how hope you clum first ain't spun chunk da. When was the last time you genuinely thanked someone in your life? Not just a quicker thanks, not just a text or a nod, but really expressed appreciation. When was the last time you looked someone in the eye and told them, I see you, I see what you do for me, I'm grateful for you? When you express gratitude, you reinforce the bond between you and the other person. You show them that they matter, that they are valued, that they are seen. When someone feels seen, they give more of themselves. They show up more consistently. They invest more energy. They go the extra mile for you. That is the power of gratitude. That's a leverage that successful people understand and utilize every single day. Think about mentors for a second. Everyone who has achieved greatness has had someone guiding them, coaching them, pushing them, correcting them and believing in them when no one else did. And guess what sets the successful apart? They are grateful. They express appreciation. They acknowledge the guidance, the wisdom, the support. They don't take it for granted. They don't wait until it's too late. They let mentors know that their time, energy, and advice matter. Gratitude strengthens that connection and ensures that the mentor remains invested in their growth. Think about the people who raised you, supported you, encouraged you, and stood by you when life was hard. Too often, people take their family for granted. They assume love and support are automatic, and they forget to express appreciation. But gratitude changes that. Gratitude reminds you to say a thank you for believing in me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for your patience. When you practice gratitude in your family relationships, it builds harmony, trust, and connection. It reduces resentment, conflict, and misunderstanding. It strengthens the foundation of your life. And trust me, nothing in the world matters more than having strong family bonds that can withstand the pressures of life. When you express gratitude consistently, you create loyalty. You create commitment. You create a culture where people feel valued and motivated to give their very best. Successful people understand this. They don't just focus on the results, the bottom line. They focus on the people producing the results. They say a thank you. They celebrate wins. They acknowledge contributions. They lift their team members up. And when a team feels appreciated, it performs at a level that is unstoppable. Gratitude transforms ordinary teams into extraordinary ones. I also need you to hear this. Gratitude improves communication. When you appreciate someone, when you acknowledge them, it creates an environment of openness and trust. People are more willing to listen, to share ideas, to collaborate, and to support you when they feel appreciated. And effective communication is the backbone of every successful relationship. Here's another truth. Expressing gratitude makes you more humble. When you acknowledge the people who help you, guide you, or support you, you remind yourself that you didn't get here alone. You didn't build your life, your career, or your success by yourself. Humility allows you to see value in others. Humility allows you to learn from others. Humility allows you to maintain strong connections without arrogance or entitlement. Gratitude fosters that humility, and that humility strengthens every relationship in your life. People respect humility. People follow humility. People invest in humility. And if you want to be successful, humility combined with gratitude is a non-negotiable requirement. When you consistently show appreciation, you leave a lasting impact on everyone around you. You create an environment where people feel important, where they feel supported, and where they feel motivated to give their best. Gratitude strengthens relationships at a deep emotional level. It creates bonds that withstand challenges, time, and distance. I want you to picture this. 2 managers, 2 entrepreneurs. Both have teams of talented people. Both face similar challenges, deadlines, and pressure. One leader focuses only on results. They don't acknowledge contributions. They don't express appreciation. They don't take the time to say thank you. The other leader consistently expresses gratitude to their team, notices the small wins, celebrates the contributions, and genuinely values each person. Who do you think will have a more committed, loyal, and high-performing team? Who do you think will achieve greater results? Who do you think will sustain success longer? The answer is clear. Gratitude transforms the environment, and the environment determines performance. And it's not just about professional relationships. Think about friendships. Gratitude deepens bonds. Gratitude shows people that they matter. Gratitude reminds people that you see them, value them, and respect them. Friendships built on gratitude are resilient. They survive conflicts, distance, and life's ups and downs. Friendships without gratitude can crumble at the slightest pressure. And the stronger your friendships, the stronger your support network. The stronger your support network, the more you can achieve in life. Gratitude in relationships is exponential. It grows. It multiplies. It comes back to you in ways you cannot even imagine. Here's something else I want you to understand. Gratitude is proactive, not reactive. Most people only express gratitude when it's convenient, when something goes their way, or when they need something. That's not real gratitude. Real gratitude is intentional. Real gratitude is consistent. Real gratitude is daily. Successful people don't wait for something extraordinary to happen to say thank you. They practice gratitude every day for the ordinary, for the everyday, for the people who show up consistently, for the small gestures, for the little acts of kindness. That daily practice strengthens relationships, reinforces bonds, and ensures that no one feels taken for granted. And let me hit you with one more truth. Gratitude creates loyalty that money can't buy. You can pay people, you can reward them, you can give them perks, but money is transactional. Gratitude is relational. Gratitude says, I see you, I value you, I appreciate you. That message resonates at a level deeper than any paycheck. People who feel appreciated stay longer, work harder, and go further. They fight for you, they believe in you, they support you when others walk away. That is power, that is influence, that is leadership. And that's what successful people understand. They leverage gratitude to build relationships that endure. So I'm challenging you today. I'm challenging you to start practicing gratitude in every relationship in your life. Thank your mentors. Thank your team. Thank your family. Thank your friends. Thank the people who support you, guide you, and even challenge you. Let them know they matter. Let them know they're appreciated. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for a milestone. Don't wait until it's too late. Make gratitude a daily practice. Make it your habit. Make it your lifestyle. Because when you do, your relationships will flourish. Your connections will strengthen. Your support network will expand. And your life will transform in ways you cannot even imagine. Remember this, relationships are everything. Your network is your net worth. And gratitude is the key that unlocks the potential in every relationship. Express it. Practice it, live. Because when you do, you don't just improve your relationships, you improve your life. You don't just build connections, you build bridges to opportunity, growth, and success. You don't just survive, you thrive. And the ripple effect of gratitude in your relationships will follow you everywhere you go, lifting you and everyone around you higher and higher. Start today. Start now. Take a moment to express genuine gratitude to someone in your life. Don't just say it in passing, mean it. Look them in the eye, acknowledge them, and let them feel your appreciation. Do it consistently. Do it daily. Make it part of who you are. And I promise you, your relationships, your influence, your support network, and your life will never, ever be the same again. Listen to me right now, because this is one of the most important truths that most people completely overlook. Most people are walking around every single day stressed, anxious, frustrated, and overwhelmed. Most people are letting their minds control their lives instead of controlling their minds. They wake up thinking about the bills they can't pay, the mistakes they've made, the failures that haunt them, the people who didn't support them, the opportunities that passed them by. And I'm here to tell you that mental and emotional chaos is what keeps most people stuck. It's what keeps most people small. It's what keeps most people from reaching the success, the peace, and the greatness that they're capable of. But there's a weapon, there's a tool, there's a strategy that the most successful people in the world use every single day to protect their mind, to strengthen their heart, and to keep themselves unstoppable. And that tool is gratitude. Now, I need you to understand something. Mental and emotional health is everything. If your mind is weak, if your emotions are out of control, if you are constantly stressed, anxious, or fearful, nothing else in your life will work. You can have the best job in the world, the most money, the most talent, the best team. You can have all of that. And if your mind and your emotions are not under control, you will sabotage yourself. You will make the wrong decision. You will lose focus. You will give up when things get tough. But gratitude rewires your brain. Gratitude strengthens your mental muscles. Gratitude heals your emotional wounds. Gratitude gives you the power to navigate life's chaos with clarity, calm, and confidence. Let me explain this to you because most people completely miss it. When you practice gratitude, you are literally training your mind to focus on what's working instead of what's wrong. You are literally teaching your brain to notice the positive instead of dwelling on the negative. You are rewiring your thoughts to see opportunity instead of obstacles. You are creating mental and emotional resilience that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. And that, my friend, is power. That is freedom. That is the foundation of success. Think about it for a second. Most people wake up every morning and the first thing they do is focus on what's missing. They focus on the debt, the mistakes, the setbacks, the disappointments, the comparisons to other people. Their mind goes immediately into fear, doubt, and scarcity. And guess what happens? Their body follows. Their energy drains, their focus disappears, their motivation collapses. Their entire day is consumed by negativity. That's how people get stuck. That's how people live small. That's how people give up on their dreams before they even get started. But when you wake up and practice gratitude, when you focus on what you have instead of what you don't, you start your day differently. You start your mind differently. You start your emotions differently. You start your energy differently. And when your mind, emotions, and energy are aligned, nothing can stop you. Let me give you a truth you need to hear. Gratitude reduces stress. I'm not talking about a little bit of stress. I'm talking about the kind of stress that keeps you up at night, the kind of stress that gives you anxiety, the kind of stress that affects your body, your heart, your immune system, your focus, and your performance. Gratitude literally changes the chemicals in your brain. Gratitude lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. Gratitude increases dopamine, the pleasure hormone. Gratitude increases serotonin, the happiness hormone. When you are grateful, your mind calms, your body relaxes, and your emotions stabilize. You are able to think clearly, act decisively, and face life's challenges with courage instead of fear. That's why successful people practice gratitude daily. They understand that mental and emotional health is non-negotiable, and gratitude is the secret weapon that protects it. I want you to picture this. Two people are facing the exact same challenge. Both have been given a setback. Both have been disappointed. Both are under pressure. One person focuses on everything that went wrong. They replay the mistakes in their head. They criticize themselves. They worry about the future, and they spiral into anxiety. The other person focuses on the things that are still working. They reflect on the lessons learned. They acknowledge the support they had. They remind themselves of their past victories. They find even one thing to be grateful for. Who do you think will respond better? Who do you think will take action instead of panicking? Who do you think will bounce back stronger? The answer is clear. The one who practices gratitude. Gratitude shifts the mind, stabilizes the emotions, and gives the strength to act instead of react. And it's not just about stress reduction. Gratitude also improves your focus. When your mind is consumed by worry, fear, and negativity, you cannot see the opportunities in front of you. You cannot see the solutions to your problem. You cannot see the next step to take. But when you practice gratitude, you clear the mental fog. You sharpen your focus. You align your thoughts with purpose and possibility. Gratitude allows you to prioritize what matters, to act with clarity, and to execute with precision. That is why successful people don't just work hard. They work smart. And gratitude is the mental tool that makes that possible. Here's another truth most people ignore. Gratitude strengthens your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, manage, and respond to your own emotions and the emotions of others. It's the skill that separates leaders from followers, winners from quitters, and those who thrive from those who survive. Gratitude increases empathy, patience, and understanding. When you are grateful, you are more aware of the contributions, feelings, and struggles of others. You are less reactive, less judgmental, and more compassionate. And that emotional intelligence is critical for building strong relationships, leading teams, and navigating life's challenges successfully. And let me hit you with something else. Gratitude improves your mental resilience. Life is going to throw challenges at you. Life is going to disappoint you. Life is going to test you. You will fail. You will face rejection. You will lose opportunities. And when those things happen, your mental and emotional health will be the difference between giving up and pushing forward. Gratitude allows you to maintain perspective. Gratitude reminds you of what is still good, what is still possible, and what you have already overcome. Gratitude gives you hope. Gratitude gives you strength. Gratitude gives you strength. Gratitude gives you the ability to face adversity with courage instead of despair. Think about this. Successful people don't let failure define. They don't let rejection destroy them. They don't let setbacks paralyze them. Why? Because they practice gratitude. They wake up every day, no matter how bad yesterday was, and they find something to be thankful for. They recognize the lessons in the failure. They acknowledge the people who are still supporting them. They remind themselves of their strengths and past victories. That mindset, gratitude, is what allows them to stay focused, calm, and determined in the face of adversity. I want you to understand something very important. Gratitude is a choice. And here's another truth. Gratitude is contagious. When you practice gratitude, your mindset affects your energy. Your energy affects your behavior. Your behavior affects the people around you. Gratitude spreads to your family, your team, your community, your circle of influence. And when everyone is operating from a mindset of gratitude, the entire environment changes. Stress decreases, focus increases, emotional stability improves, positivity multiplies. That is why successful people don't just practice gratitude for themselves. They practice it to elevate everyone around them. I also want you to hear this. Gratitude strengthens your ability to handle uncertainty. Life is unpredictable. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the external circumstances. But you can control your mind, your thoughts, and your perspective. Gratitude gives you the ability to accept uncertainty without panic. Gratitude allows you to stay grounded when everything else feels chaotic. Gratitude reminds you that even when things are uncertain, there's still something good, something stable, something positive to focus on. That mental and emotional stability is critical for long-term success. And listen carefully, gratitude is not just about feeling good. It is not a fleeting emotion. Gratitude is a mental discipline. It is a daily practice. It is a lifestyle. Successful people don't just feel thankful occasionally. They actively cultivate gratitude every single day. They journal it, they reflect on it, they express it to others, they internalize it, and they let it guide their thoughts, emotions, and actions. That consistent practice is what builds unshakable mental and emotional health. That consistent practice is what allows them to perform under pressure. That consistent practice is what allows them to thrive in chaos. Let me give it to you straight. Mental and emotional health is non-negotiable. You can have all the money, all the talent, all the opportunities in the world, but if your mind and your emotions are out of control, you will fail. You will self-sabotage. You will burn out. You will give up. But gratitude protects your mind. Gratitude strengthens your emotion. Gratitude allows you to think clearly, act decisively, and perform at your highest level, even under the most challenging circumstances. That is why gratitude is a superpower. That is why gratitude is a requirement for anyone who wants to achieve greatness. So I'm challenging you today. Start practicing gratitude. Make it a daily habit. Take a few minutes each morning to reflect on what you are thankful for. Acknowledge your health, your strengths, your opportunities, your support system, your achievements, even the small victories. Internalize that gratitude. Let it guide your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Let it stabilize your mind, strengthen your emotions, and boost your energy. Do this consistently. And I promise you, the mental and emotional chaos that holds most people back will no longer have power over you. You will be focused. You will be calm. You will be resilient. You will be unstoppable. Remember this, successful people don't just work on their skills, their talent, or their grind. They work on their mindset. They work on their mental health. They work on their emotional resilience. And gratitude is the secret weapon they use every single day to achieve it. Gratitude strengthens the mind, heals the heart, and fuels the spirit. Gratitude allows you to think clearly, feel deeply, and act decisively. Gratitude protects you from stress, fear, and negativity. Gratitude empowers you to rise above life's challenges, perform at your best, and create the results you want. Start today. Start now. Take control of your mind, your emotions, and your energy. Practice gratitude. Protect your mental and emotional health. Strengthen your resilience. Gratitude allows you to execute when others freeze. Let me break this down for you even further. Productivity is not just about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. And focus is not just about paying attention. It's about directing your energy toward what will produce results. When your mind is cluttered with negativity, complaints, and comparisons, your energy is scattered. You waste time on distraction, on unimportant tasks, on things that do not move the needle. Gratitude changes that. Gratitude trains your mind to recognize value, importance, and opportunity. Gratitude allows you to prioritize effectively. Gratitude aligns your energy with action. And when your energy and focus are aligned, productivity becomes inevitable. Now, here's another thing most people completely ignore. Gratitude reduces procrastination. Most people procrastinate because they feel overwhelmed, because they focus on what they don't have, because they doubt themselves, because they fear failure. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It is a mindset problem. And gratitude directly addresses that mindset. When you practice gratitude, you shift your perspective from fear and scarcity to empowerment and abundance. You see what is possible. You recognize what you can do. You feel motivated to act because you appreciate the opportunity in front of you. Gratitude breaks the chains of procrastination and allows you to take consistent action every single day. And let me tell you something else. Gratitude increases energy. I'm not talking about caffeine. I'm talking about life energy, the motivation, drive, and focus that keeps you going when the task is hard, the schedule is long, and the obstacles keep coming. When you are grateful, your brain releases chemicals that increase your motivation and then your ability to concentrate. Your mind feels lighter, your energy levels rise. You become more efficient. You can work longer, smarter, and with more clarity. That is why successful people practice gratitude every single day. They know it is not a soft skill. It is a performance-enhancing tool. Think about this. Gratitude also improves decision-making. When your mind is cluttered with negativity, complaints, and scarcity thinking, you make poor decisions. You overreact. You second-guess. You take unnecessary risks or avoid necessary risks. But when you practice gratitude, your mind is calm, clear, and focused. You can weigh options objectively. You can make strategic choices. You can act decisively. Gratitude enhances mental clarity, and clarity enhances productivity. That is a formula that successful people use every day. And it is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who struggle to make progress. And here's something else. Gratitude fuels consistency. Productivity is not about bursts of effort. It is about sustained action over time. You can work 16 hours one day and collapse, or you can take consistent, focused action every day and achieve extraordinary results. Gratitude makes that possible. When you are grateful for your opportunities, your progress, and your potential, you are more likely to show up every day. You are more likely to stay disciplined. You are more likely to push through challenges instead of quitting. Consistency is the secret ingredient of success, and gratitude is the engine that drives it. I also want you to understand this. Gratitude reduces mental clutter. Most people are juggling 1,000 thoughts at once. Their fears, doubts, regrets, frustrations, distractions, and worries. That mental clutter kills focus. That mental clutter kills productivity. But gratitude is like a mental reset. It reminds you of what matters. It helps you prioritize. It clears the noise. It allows you to focus on what is within your control, what is actionable, and what will create results. That mental clarity is priceless. That mental clarity is what separates winners from the rest. But when you practice gratitude, your brain is in a state of positivity and abundance. That allows you to think creatively. That allows you to see solutions instead of just problems. That allows you to act decisively. When you feel like the world is against you, when you focus on what you don't have, motivation dies. But when you practice gratitude, you remind yourself of your progress, your strengths, your resources, your support, and the opportunities in front of you. That reminder fuels action. That reminder fuels pastansa. That reminder fuels the willingness to do what others want. Gratitude grows as an internal drover that covers your moving forward. Other ones are to stop tough. Think about this for a moment. Successful people don't rely on circumstances to motivate them. They don't rely on perfect conditions, ideal opportunities, or favorable environments. They rely on gratitude. Gratitude is the fuel that keeps them productive and focused every single day. And let me hit you with this. Gratitude also increases resilience and productivity. There will be days when nothing goes right. There will be days when setbacks pile up. There will be days when distractions are everywhere. But that mindset allows you to push through distractions, overcome obstacles, and continue producing at a high level. No matter what, gratitude strengthens your ability to stay focused and keep moving forward. So I'm challenging you today. Start practicing gratitude every morning. Write down what you are thankful for. Reflect on your progress. Appreciate the resources, the people, and the opportunities around you. Let gratitude guide your mindset, your energy, and your actions. Make it a daily habit. Make it a lifestyle. And gratitude is the tool they use to create that alignment. Gratitude clears the noise, fuels the motivation, enhances problem solving, improves decision making, reduces procrastination, and increases consistency. Gratitude transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Start today. Start now. Take control of your mind, your energy, and your actions. Practice gratitude. Watch your focus improve. Watch your productivity skyrocket. Watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Listen to me right now, because this is one of the most important truths that most people overlook in their pursuit of success. Most people wake up every day and hope life will be easy. Most people think that success comes from avoiding challenges, avoiding pain, avoiding difficulty. But let me tell you something right now. Success is not about avoiding adversity. Success is about developing the resilience to face it and rise above it. And the number one habit that separates those who crumble under pressure from those who rise, thrive, and dominate is gratitude. Yes, gratitude. The same thing that most people think is just a nice to have is actually the secret weapon that gives successful people unshakable strength to overcome adversity. You see, life is going to hit you. Life is going to knock you down. Life is going to throw challenges, setbacks, failures, and disappointments at you. It will happen more often than you expect. It will happen in ways you cannot control. It will happen when you are least prepared. That is the reality of life. And if you do not have resilience, if you do not have the mental toughness to recover, if you do not have the emotional strength to keep moving forward, you will give up. You will give up. You will settle. But gratitude strengthens resilience. Gratitude gives you the ability to see opportunities in obstacles, lessons in failure, and hope in the darkest moments. Now, I need you to understand something. Resilience is not just about toughing it out. Resilience is not just about being strong for a moment. Resilience is a mindset. Resilience is a skill. Resilience is a daily practice. And gratitude is the cornerstone of that skill. When you practice gratitude consistently, you develop the ability to focus on what you still have, what you still can control, and what is still possible, even when the world seems to be falling apart. Gratitude gives you perspective, and perspective is everything when adversity hits. Without perspective, you spiral. With perspective, you rise. Let me give it to you straight. Most people see adversity as a threat, as a punishment, as a reason to quit. And most people crumble because they focus on what they lost, what went wrong, and how unfair life is. That mindset will destroy your potential faster than anything else. But when you practice gratitude, you shift your perspective. You begin to see adversity as a challenge to grow, a test of character, a stepping stone to greatness. You recognize the small victories amidst the struggle. You acknowledge the people who are still supporting you. You remember your past wins and the obstacles you have already overcome. And that mindset, gratitude, builds unbreakable resilience. Think about it for a second. Every successful person you admire, every leader, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every trailblazer has faced adversity, every single one of them. And the difference between those who succeeded and those who failed is not luck. It's resilience. It's the ability to face difficulty, overcome obstacles, and keep moving forward when everything around them tells them to quit. And that resilience is fueled by gratitude. Gratitude reminds you that even when things are bad, there's still something to appreciate. That something becomes the anchor that keeps you steady, focused, and determined. And let me tell you something else. Gratitude reduces fear. Fear is one of the biggest enemies of resilience. Fear paralyzes. Fear convinces you to quit before you even try. Fear whispers, you can't do it. You're not enough. This is too hard. But when you practice gratitude, you focus on what you have, what you can control, and what you have already accomplished. Gratitude reminds you of your strengths, your resources, and your support system. And when you focus on those things, fear loses its grip. Gratitude gives you the courage to take action despite fear. And that courage builds resilience over time. Here's another truth that most people overlook. Gratitude helps you recover faster from setbacks. Setbacks are inevitable. You will fail. You will face rejection. You will encounter obstacles. And if you dwell on the setback, if you focus on the loss, if you let bitterness take hold, it will slow your recovery and diminish your potential. But gratitude changes the game. When you are grateful for the lessons in failure, for the people who help you recover, for the opportunity to try again, you bounce back faster. Gratitude accelerates your mental and emotional recovery. It fuels your determination to keep going, to push harder, and to refuse to be defeated. And it's not just about recovery. Gratitude builds endurance. Resilience is not just about surviving one challenge. It's about thriving through continuous adversity. Life is not a one-time test. It is a series of challenges, obstacles, and difficulties. Most people give up after the first hit, the first failure, the first disappointment. But when you practice gratitude, you develop the mental and emotional endurance to keep moving forward day after day, even when life is relentless. Gratitude reminds you of why you started, what you are fighting for, and who is counting on you. That endurance, my friend, is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who never reach their potential. Think about mentors and support systems for a moment. Even when adversity hits, gratitude keeps you connected to your people. It keeps you from isolating yourself in frustration, bitterness, or anger. When you are grateful for the people who help you, guide you, and support you, you maintain those relationships. You lean on your network instead of trying to go it alone. You seek guidance instead of giving up. And that connection, that support is critical when resilience is needed the most. Gratitude preserves your access to the resources, wisdom, and encouragement that will help you overcome adversity faster. Let me give you a truth that most people ignore. Gratitude increases problem solving under pressure. When adversity hits, the pressure is intense. Most people panic, overreact, or freeze. Their mind clouds. They cannot think clearly. They make mistakes. But gratitude shifts your mindset from panic to perspective. Gratitude allows you to focus on solutions instead of problems. Gratitude helps you see opportunities within challenges. Gratitude strengthens your ability to think creatively, to act strategically, and to move decisively, even in the most difficult situation. And that is the hallmark of resilient people. They can perform under pressure because gratitude keeps their mind clear and focused. Here's another point you need to hear. Gratitude reduces resentment. Most people struggle with adversity, are consumed by bitterness. They blame others. They complain about life. They dwell on the unfairness of their situation. And that resentment drains energy, weakens focus, and diminishes resilience. But when you practice gratitude, you shift your energy from blame to appreciation. You focus on what you can control, what you can learn, and what you still have. Gratitude frees your mind and energy to act, to persevere, and to overcome instead of being trapped in negativity. And let me tell you this, gratitude fosters hope. Hope is critical for resilience. Hope keeps you moving when a situation seems impossible. Hope fuels your belief that you can overcome. Hope motivates you to take action when everything in your environment suggests giving up. Gratitude amplifies hope because it reminds you of your past victories, your strengths, your resources, and the people who support you. Gratitude is the lens through which you can see opportunity, even in the midst of challenge. And hope is the fire that drives you to persevere no matter what. I also want you to hear this. Gratitude improves self-belief. Adversity tests your confidence. It challenges your self-worth. Every successful person you know, every leader, every entrepreneur, every athlete, every trailblazer, they didn't get there by themselves. They had mentors, coaches, supporters, teammates, family, friends, partners, people who believed in them, who helped them, who encouraged them, who guided them when the road was tough. And gratitude is the key that strengthens those relationships and ensures that the people who matter most stay connected to you. Gratitude fosters loyalty, trust, and mutual respect. And without those things, your success will be limited. Think about this for a second. Most people take others for granted. They expect support but never express appreciation. They assume people will always be there, so they forget to acknowledge effort, kindness, and loyalty. And guess what happened? People drift away. Relationships weaken. Opportunities disappear. Doors close. But when you practice gratitude consistently, you build bridges instead of walls. You strengthen bonds instead of letting them erode. You communicate value and appreciation, and people notice. People respond. People invest in you. And that social support becomes a force multiplier for your success. Here's a truth most people don't see. Gratitude enhances communication. When you are grateful, you express appreciation, acknowledgement, and respect to others. You say thank you. You notice contributions. You give credit where it is due. And those simple acts of recognition have enormous power. They make people feel valued. They make people feel seen. They make people feel motivated to continue supporting you. And when your relationships are filled with mutual recognition and appreciation, collaboration becomes seamless, trust deepens, and your social network becomes a source of energy, opportunities, and encouragement rather than friction, stress, or conflict. I want you to picture this. Two people are leading a team. Both have talented people around them. Both have goals to achieve. One leader never expresses appreciation. They take credit. They complain. They criticize. They ignore contributions. The other leader consistently practices gratitude. They acknowledge effort, celebrate progress, recognize individual contributions, and show appreciation for support. Who do you think will have a motivated, loyal, and engaged team? Who do you think will see higher productivity, better morale, and stronger results? Gratitude is not just a nice thing. It is a performance-enhancing habit that strengthens your social support system and fosters success at every level. Let me break it down even further. Gratitude increases empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It is the glue that binds relationships together. When you are grateful, you naturally become more aware of the people around you, their struggles, their contributions, and their value. You start to listen better. You start to notice the effort that goes unnoticed. You start to respond with kindness, patient understanding, and that empathy strengthens relationships, builds trust, and ensures that people feel connected to you in a meaningful way. And here's another truth most people completely miss. Gratitude reduces conflict. Most people struggle with relationships because they focus on what is wrong instead of what is right. They complain, they criticize, they argue, they judge. That mindset breeds tension, stress, and disconnection, but gratitude flips the script. Gratitude reminds you of the positive in people, the contributions they make, the ways they support you, the shared goals you have. And when you focus on that, you approach interactions with respect, understanding, and appreciation. You diffuse conflict, you build harmony. And that harmony creates an environment where relationships thrive and social support flourish. Think about mentors for a moment. Mentors are one of the most powerful resources in your life. They guide you, teach you, and open doors for you. But most people forget to express gratitude to their mentors. They assume guidance is free or automatic. They forget to acknowledge the time, energy, and wisdom mentors invest in them. And when that happens, mentors disengage, their support diminishes, and the connection weakens. But when you practice gratitude, when you consistently express appreciation, when you acknowledge the impact a mentor has on your life, you strengthen that bond. Mentors stay invested. Mentors continue to guide you. Mentors become champions for your success. Gratitude creates relationships that endure. And it's not just mentoring. Gratitude strengthens friendships. Friends are your emotional support, your sounding board, your backup when life gets tough. Most people take friends for granted. They assume friends will always be there. They forget to say thank you, to show appreciation, to acknowledge loyalty. And what happens? Friendships fade, support disappears, isolation grows. But when you practice gratitude, you nurture your friendships. You invest in them emotionally. You make people feel valued and important. And strong friendships provide the encouragement, motivation, and accountability that make achieving your goals much easier. And here's another point. Gratitude fosters family connection. And family is your first and often most enduring support system. But even within family, misunderstandings, conflicts, and complacency can erode relationships. Most people forget to express appreciation for parents, siblings, spouses, or children. They assume love is enough, but gratitude is what solidifies that love. Gratitude reminds your family that you see them, value them, and recognize their role in your life. It strengthens trust, deepens bonds, and ensures that your family remains a source of support, encouragement, and stability even when life gets challenging. Now I want you to hear this. Gratitude enhances collaboration. Whether in business, school, community, or personal projects, collaboration is essential. Most people struggle with teamwork because they focus on competition, ego, or self-interest. But gratitude shifts the mindset. Gratitude allows you to recognize the contributions of others, acknowledge their effort, and value their perspectives. When you lead with appreciation, collaboration becomes smoother, communication improves, and results become greater. Gratitude turns teams into forces that are stronger together than they could ever be alone. And here's something critical. Gratitude builds loyalty. Loyalty is one of the most valuable traits in relationships. People who are loyal stand by you, support you, and help you through challenges. But loyalty is not automatic. It is cultivated. And one of the strongest ways to cultivate loyalty is through gratitude. When people feel appreciated, when their contributions are recognized, when their efforts matter, they become fiercely loyal. That loyalty becomes a foundation for your success. It ensures that you are not alone in your journey, that people are willing to go the extra mile with you, and that you have a network of support that cannot be easily shaken. Think about partners, whether in business or life. Partnerships require mutual respect, trust, and shared vision. Most partnerships fail because people focus on flaws, mistakes, or what they aren't getting. But gratitude strengthens partnerships by emphasizing what is working, acknowledging contributions, and showing appreciation for commitment and effort. When you cultivate gratitude in partnerships, relationships deepen, communication improves, and collaboration becomes more effective. That is why gratitude is essential for building long-term, high-functioning partnerships. I also want you to understand this. Gratitude strengthens networking. Your attitude determines your energy. Your mental state determines your results. If you wake up negative, complaining, or doubtful, you will move through life reacting instead of creating. You will face setbacks as disasters instead of challenges. You will see problems as barriers instead of opportunities. But when you practice gratitude, your mindset shifts. Gratitude is the tool that rewires your brain to focus on the positive, to recognize opportunity, to see potential, and to act from a place of strength instead of fear. Think about it for a moment. Most people allow circumstances to dictate how they feel. Traffic makes them angry. Bills make them stressed. People make them upset. Opportunities that don't come fast enough make them frustrated. And that mindset becomes a cycle. Negativity breeds stress. Stress breeds poor decisions. Poor decisions breed failure. And the next day, the cycle continues. But gratitude interrupts that cycle. Gratitude allows you to focus on what is working, what you have, and what is possible. Gratitude allows you to start your day aligned with positivity, clarity, and purpose, instead of dragging through life weighed down by negativity. Let me break this down for you. A positive mindset is not about ignoring reality. It is not about pretending life is perfect. It is not about being naive or passive. A positive mindset is about perspective. It is about focusing on what you can control, what you can improve, and what you can appreciate. It's about seeing challenges as lessons, setbacks as opportunities, and failures as stepping stones. And gratitude is the engine that drives that perspective. Gratitude trains your mind to recognize abundance instead of scarcity, opportunity instead of limitation, growth instead of stagnation. Here's the reality most people don't see: negativity is a habit. Just like you can train your body through exercise, you can train your mind through gratitude. Gratitude is like a mental workout. Every time you acknowledge what you are thankful for, every time you focus on the good, every time you appreciate your progress, you strengthen neural pathways that reinforce positivity. Over time, your brain becomes wired to notice opportunity, recognize progress, and focus on solutions instead of problems. That is the power of gratitude. It transforms your mental landscape, and when your mind is positive, your actions and results follow naturally. I want you to hear this clearly. Gratitude increases resilience through positivity. Life will challenge you. Life will knock you down. Life will test your limits. And when adversity comes, most people spiral into negativity, doubt, and despair. But gratitude keeps your mind in a positive state, reminding you of your strengths, your progress, and the opportunities in front of you. Gratitude allows you to respond to adversity with composure, with focus, and with determination instead of panic, frustration, or hopelessness. A positive mindset fueled by gratitude transforms challenges into opportunities to grow, to learn, and to excel. Think about the most successful people you know. What separates them from those who fail or struggle is not luck, talent, or circumstances. It's mindset. They think differently. They approach life differently. They see possibilities where others see problems. They focus on solutions where others focus on obstacles. And one of the main reasons they maintain their mindset is gratitude. Gratitude trains the mind to see the positive, to recognize opportunity, to focus on progress, and to take action from a place of strength. Without gratitude, even the most talented person can fall into despair, distraction, and failure. Here's another truth most people completely miss. Gratitude reduces stress. Stress is one of the biggest killers of a positive mindset. Stress clouds judgment, drains energy, and lowers performance. Most people react to life with tension, worry, and anxiety, and that prevents them from thinking clearly or acting decisively. But when you practice gratitude, you shift your attention from problems to positives, from what is lacking to what is available. Gratitude helps you focus on solutions, appreciate progress, and maintain mental clarity. That clarity is essential for a positive mindset and lifelong success. And it's not just about stress reduction. Gratitude increases motivation. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you are reminded of why you started, what you are working for, and who is counting on you. That reminder fuels action. That reminder fuels persistence. That reminder fuels the willingness to push harder when others quit. A positive mindset is motivated, energized, and resilient, and gratitude is the fuel that keeps that mindset strong every single day. Think about consistency for a moment. Success is not about bursts of effort. It is about sustained action over time. Most people struggle because negativity drains energy, focus, and commitment. They start strong but fade quickly. But a positive mindset fueled by gratitude keeps you consistent. It reinforces the belief that progress is possible, that challenges are surmountable, and that action is worthwhile. Gratitude provides the emotional mental energy to maintain focus, discipline, and effort over the long term, which is the key to achieving lifelong success. Here's another point that is critical. Gratitude enhances self-awareness and personal growth. When you practice gratitude, you reflect on your progress, your strengths, and your opportunities. You become aware of your patterns, your habits, and your mindset. That awareness allows you to improve. It allows you to make better decisions. It allows you to grow not just professionally, but personally, emotionally, and spiritually. A positive mindset cultivated through gratitude is not static. It is dynamic, evolving, and continually improving, which is why it is essential for long-term success. And let me give it to you straight. Gratitude improves relationships, which in turn reinforces positivity. When you are grateful, you express appreciation to others. You acknowledge contributions, support, and effort. That strengthens bonds, builds trust, and deepens connections. Strong relationships create a network of support, encouragement, and accountability that reinforces a positive mindset. You cannot achieve lifelong success alone. And gratitude ensures that the people around you contribute positively to your mindset, not drain it. Think about setbacks for a moment. Setbacks are inevitable. Everyone experiences failure, rejection, and obstacles. But gratitude allows you to respond differently. Instead of focusing on the negative, You look for lessons, growth opportunities, and alternative paths. Gratitude allows you to maintain a positive mindset even when circumstances are tough. That mindset keeps you motivated, focused, and energized. It ensures that setbacks do not derail your progress. They become stepping stones, lessons, and fuel for future success. Here's the thing most people don't understand. Positivity is contagious. When you maintain a positive mindset fueled by gratitude, it affects everyone around you. Your energy, your attitude, your perspective influences your team, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. People respond to positivity, not negativity. They are drawn to gratitude, not complaints. And that positive environment reinforces your own mindset, creating a cycle of growth, motivation, and achievement. Gratitude not only transforms your mind, it transforms your world. And let me tell you something else. Gratitude reduces comparison and envy. Most people fail to maintain a positive mindset because they constantly compare themselves to others. They focus on what others have, what they have achieved, or what opportunities they receive. Think about decision-making for a second. Most people make poor decisions because they are overwhelmed by negativity, doubt, or fear. Gratitude, however, enhances clarity. When you focus on what you are thankful for, your mind is clear, calm, and focused. You can see options objectively. You can weigh consequences effectively. You can choose actions that align with your values, goals, and priorities. Gratitude ensures that your decisions are guided by a positive, empowered mindset rather than reactive negativity. And here's something critical. Gratitude fosters long-term vision. Most people get caught up in immediate problems, setbacks, or frustrations. They lose sight of the bigger picture. Gratitude shifts your focus to what matters most. It reinforces purpose, aligns actions with long-term goals, and ensures that you maintain perspective. A positive mindset cultivated through gratitude allows you to navigate short-term challenges while keeping your eyes on lifelong success. That is the mindset of champions, leaders, and high achievers. So I'm challenging you today, start practicing gratitude every single day. Write down what you are thankful for. Reflect on progress, lessons, and opportunities. Express appreciation to others. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from fear to opportunity, from doubt to confidence. Make gratitude the foundation of your mindset. Let it guide your thoughts, your actions, and your life. When you do, your mindset will become positive, resilient, and unstoppable. Remember this, lifelong success is not just about skills, talent, effort. It is about mindset. It is about perspective. And gratitude is the cornerstone of that mindset. Gratitude transforms negativity into opportunity, doubt into confidence, setbacks into lessons, and challenges into growth. Gratitude fuels motivation, consistency, resilience, relationships, decision-making, and long-term vision. Gratitude creates a mental state that attracts success rather than repelling it. And when your mindset is positive, your actions, results, and life align naturally with greatness. Start today. Start right now. Make gratitude a daily habit. Make it the lens through which you view your life, your challenges, and your opportunity. Watch your mindset shift. Watch your energy increase. Watch your motivation surge. Watch your results improve. And as your mindset becomes positive, your life will transform in ways you never imagined. That, my friend, is the power of gratitude. And that is the foundation for lifelong success. Now listen closely, because this is the moment where everything comes together. Everything we have discussed, all the lessons, all the keynotes, all the examples, all the strategies, this is where you take it and turn it into action. Gratitude is not something to think about once in a while. Gratitude is not something you practice when it is convenient. Gratitude is a habit, a discipline, and a mindset that must become part of the core of who you are. If you can take what you have learned, embrace it, and implement it into every part of your existence, doors will open, challenges will shrink, and your path to success will become clearer than ever before. Think about it for a moment. Every single one of us faces challenges. Every single one of us experiences obstacles, setbacks, and frustrations. Life is not perfect, and it never will be. But what separates those who achieve greatness from those who struggle is not circumstance. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is the ability to focus on what is good, what is possible, what is within reach. That ability comes from gratitude. Gratitude allows you to see the light when others see darkness. Gratitude allows you to find solutions when others see problems. Gratitude allows you to act with courage when others hesitate, to move with purpose when others stall, and to continue with confidence when others quit. Let me make this crystal clear. No one can force gratitude on you. No one can hand it over or give it as a gift. Gratitude is a choice. It is an action. It is a decision that you make every single morning, every single moment, and every single interaction. It is in how you respond to challenges, how you treat people, how you reflect on your progress, and how you embrace the world around you. Gratitude is the lens through which you can transform struggle into triumph, doubt into confidence, obstacles into stepping stones, and challenges into opportunities. Consider what this means for your relationships. Gratitude strengthens bonds that would otherwise weaken. Gratitude reminds people that their efforts are seen, valued, and appreciated. Gratitude fosters trust, loyalty, and cooperation. When you practice gratitude, those around you respond with encouragement, support, and commitment. Doors open, connections strengthen, networks expand, opportunities increase. And it is not magic. It is not luck. It is the natural result of valuing what you have, recognizing contributions, and expressing appreciation in meaningful ways. Think about resilience. Gratitude is the force that allows you to continue when the road is rough. Gratitude strengthens your mind and stabilizes your emotions. It allows you to process setbacks without despair. It gives perspective when circumstances feel overwhelming. It reinforces strength when fatigue sets in. Those who embrace gratitude do not collapse under pressure. It allows you to recognize progress, acknowledge growth, and take pride in the work you have done. Gratitude removes doubt, dispels fear, and fuels determination. Gratitude transforms teams into forces capable of accomplishing extraordinary feats. If you want to lead, if you want to influence, if you want to leave a mark, gratitude is non-negotiable. Now let us speak about perseverance. Life will test you. Obstacles will come. Critics will speak. Gratitude gives endurance, energy, and resolve to persist when others falter. Gratitude fuels action even when circumstances feel impossible. Consider impact. Gratitude is not selfish. Gratitude does not exist solely for the individual. Gratitude transforms the world around you. When you express appreciation, acknowledge effort, and recognize contribution, you inspire others to act with kindness, generosity, and purpose. Gratitude multiplies itself. Gratitude builds community. Gratitude creates cycles of support, respect, and collaboration that ripple far beyond your immediate circle. Every act of gratitude strengthens the social fabric around you, ensuring that influence, connection, and opportunity are amplified. And here is the truth that most overlook. Gratitude is a habit. It must be cultivated. It must be practiced. It is not enough to feel it sporadically. Gratitude requires intentional reflection, consistent acknowledgement, and deliberate expression. Write it down, speak it aloud, share it, reflect on it, incorporate it into routines, interactions, and decisions. Make gratitude non-negotiable. Make it essential. Make it central. And over time, what begins as a practice will transform into a natural, automatic part of who you are. Gratitude will shape decisions, actions, relationships, and results. Think about purpose. Gratitude aligns focus. It allows you to prioritize what is important. It clarifies intention. It reinforces commitments. Gratitude prevents distraction. Gratitude magnifies what matters. When you cultivate gratitude, you understand what deserves attention, effort, and devotion. Gratitude enables action to be directed with precision, energy, and impact. Gratitude aligns effort with goals, intention with execution. Consider execution. Consider legacy. Gratitude shapes how others perceive you. Gratitude strengthens the imprint you leave on the world. People remember those who acknowledge them, lift them, inspire them, and appreciate their efforts. Gratitude ensures that your influence endures. Gratitude creates a reputation for integrity, respect, and empowerment. If your objective is to leave a mark, to impact lives, and to achieve significance, gratitude is indispensable. Now take a moment and reflect on this. What would change in your life if gratitude were at the core of every thought, action, and interaction? What would your relationships look like? What would your progress feel like? What doors would open that remain closed today? What challenges would feel manageable that currently seem impossible? The answer is profound. Gratitude transforms experience. Gratitude transforms perspective. Gratitude transforms potential into reality. Gratitude is the foundation upon which all other achievements are built. So here is the call to action. Start now. Begin in small ways. Reflect. Express, appreciate knowledge. Show recognition. Focus attention on what is present, what is possible, and what is working. Make gratitude central to thought and action. Let it guide decisions, shape mindset, reinforce relationships, fuel perseverance, and magnify impact. Take struggle into opportunity, transform struggle into opportunity, obstacles into lessons, and effort into accomplishment. Remember this: success is not luck. Success is not circumstance. Success is not solely talent. Success is a product of mindset, discipline, resilience, relationships, and action. Gratitude is a central pillar of all of these. Without it, effort is fragmented, focus is scattered, and results are diminished. With it, action is empowered, focus is sharpened, and results are magnified. Gratitude ensures that what you build endures, that what you pursue is sustainable, and that what you achieve is meaningful. And so I challenge you again, adopt gratitude as a daily practice. Let it shape thought, direct attention, influence action, strengthen relationships, reinforce perseverance, amplify mindset, and magnify impact. Make it central to work, personal growth, and interactions. Let it define the core of who you are. With this, there is no obstacle too great, no challenge too immense, and no goal beyond reach. Gratitude transforms limitations into opportunities, struggles into lessons, and potential into reality. Close this chapter of understanding and open a new chapter of action. Reflect, appreciate, express, share, recognize, commit. Let gratitude guide the course of your life. Let it strengthen resolve. Let it enhance connection. Let it sharpen focus. Let it amplify results. Let it fuel persistence. Let it magnify impact. And above all, let it become the foundation for all success, fulfillment, and significance in your life. This is not theoretical. This is not abstract. This is practical. This is actionable. This is essential. Gratitude is the force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle, those who inspire from those who complain, those who endure from those who falter. It is the engine, the anchor, the guiding light, and the fuel for a life of accomplishment, purpose, and influence. Start now. Commit to this practice. Embed it in thought, action, and interaction. Make it non-negotiable. Let gratitude define every aspect of your approach to life, work, relationships, challenges, and opportunity. The world will respond to you in kind. Doors will open. Support will flourish. Opportunities will expand, and results will surpass expectation. Gratitude transforms existence. Gratitude transforms potential. Gratitude transforms success. Remember, it begins with recognition. It grows with intention. It strengthens with practice. And it culminates in a life of purpose, impact, and achievement. Choose gratitude. Live gratitude. Lead with gratitude. Lead with gratitude. And the life you create will reflect the force, the power, and the greatness that gratitude brings into every thought, action, and decision.